Welcome to something to talk about.
Yeah, really loud.
Welcome to something to talk about.
Hi, welcome to Something to Talk About, and this is a very first. I am covering a Morrowind character, Eydis Fire-Eye. Man, I am pumped. All right, so I normally cover Song of Ice and Fire characters, and I did a poll on what people on my channel want me to do next, and Fallout characters and Elder Scrolls characters won, and I'm sure no one assumed I was covering somebody like Eydis Fire-Eye, but that's what I'm gonna do. So, if you don't know what's going on, if this is your first time, this is what's going on. I'll read this one out because, it's my first Morrowind character, but normally I'm just going to put this up and you guys can read it. So, I'm Taco. I make lore videos for Elder Scrolls characters and Fallout characters. Soon. Also, Song of Ice and Fire characters. That's what I normally do. I do not edit or polish these. It's just uncut nerding out. Wow, there you go. First typo of the day. About lore. I read off these cards to stay on track, but I really got to take care of these typos. I also like the feel of improv. These are not playthroughs or walkthroughs of game missions. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm sorry, that's not what these are. These are lore videos for characters discussing their history and interactions with the player character. Spoiler alert for these characters and storylines they are part of. I should have proofread that. I will make sure it's fixed before I do the next one. So, like I said, if you are or if you're playing through Morrowind right now, and if you're that good old 2002 game, and if you're looking for a playthrough or a walkthrough for Eydis, that's how this is. All right, I'm not going to show you this is how to do this mission, how to do this mission. This is just going to be looking at her lore because it's actually rather interesting. So I'm just going to get into it. I'm really excited. So yeah, so Balmora's Fighters Guild. That's where you're going to find her in Balmora. Eydis Fire-Eye is a Nord Master at Arms. That's her class, and a guardian for the Fighters Guild. Eydis Fire-Eye can be found upstairs at the Guild of Fighters, the Guild of Fighters in Balmora. Most likely the first Fighters Guild that you come across, and likely where most people join. In Morrowind, the guild has branches in Aldrune, Balmora, Wolverine Hall, and Vivek. This is possible to. It is possible. Sorry. It is possible to join the guild at any of these places, but she is the most usual person to ask, and the only one that has quests suitable for green rookies, So mostly speaking for myself, because this is how I always join the guild, right? Because Balmora is like the first major city you go into. She is one of 5 people in Vvardenfell who can provide minutes to the Fighters Guild, which I said. And assigns orders to guild members. Eydis, I always want to say Idris. Eydis also provides training in axe, blunt weapon, long blade to Fighters Guild members of Protector rank and higher, and is in fact the second highest axe trainer in Morrowind. Ooh, Nords like their axes. Eydis rocks a bold mold cuirass with matching pauldrons, greaves, boots, and tower shield, and braces. She wields a dwarven mace and carries up to 50 gold, so not a big spender. She's level 19, and I wouldn't mess with her at a low level. No, I would not. So in getting pictures for this, I booted up my Morrowind game. I just looked at my multiple characters, and I found one that was in, like, Balmora. It was in the Mages Guild. So I just walked right over, and I'm looking at her and doing some stuff. And I was like, man, I would love to get a picture of her hitting me. So I died in 2 shots from her. I just hits hard. I wasn't very high level. All right. So she is a Nord in the guild. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the guild, but also a little bit about Nords specifically in Morrowind, because they do have different stats if you're playing Morrowind opposed to Skyrim or Oblivion. Because these dudes are actually way more powerful. They're probably my favorite race to play in Morrowind. Like I said, she is a Nord, and that gives her a natural resistance to shock and immunity. Yes, immunity to frost. You can't get hit by frost at all. So if you run into a frost atronach that in Morrowind only has spells, level 1, you can just beat him down. As long as you're Nord. The ability to shield herself and natural frost damage spell. Besides that, Eydis knows no spells. Just her normal Nord stuff. The Nords are the, I said children of the sky, a race of tall, fair-haired humans from Skyrim. Skyrim, children of the sky, you guys get it? These Viking-like dudes are known for their incredible resistance to cold and magical frost. They are fierce, strong, and enthusiastic warriors, and many become renowned warriors, soldiers, and mercenaries all over Tamriel. Eager to augment their martial skills beyond traditional methods of Skyrim, they excel in all manners of warfare. They are known as militant people by their neighbors. Yeah, they're very militant. They like to fight. Now, a little about the guild. So in order to just discuss kind of her story, we kind of have to get into Fighters Guild politics, because that's kind of what she's a big part of. So I'm just kind of state the current state of the Fighters Guild right when you arrive. So now a little about the guild. Joring Hardheart. Should we go with Joring? Joring Hardheart, who's in Vivek, is the current guild master. But there is bad blood between him and the former leader, Perseus Mercius. I'm not kidding. That's his name. I love imperial names. Perseus Mercius. I'm not making that up, man. Perseus Mercius in Alderun, who's unhappy about the direction in which Joring is leading the guild. Conflict has not broken out yet, but opinion is being polarized, and nobody is quite sure which way to turn or what Joring really is up to. If asked about the Fighters Guild, Caius Corsatus, the main quest guy, I will never cover him because I don't want to cover anyone from main quests of any Elder Scrolls or Fallout games. If it's part of the main storyline, I'm not going to cover it. But yeah, for the most part. But this is the dude who, you meet him, he's just standing there shirtless in his house right when you get to Balmora, and he's like, oh, go do quests and stuff. This guy, this is his opinion. He will tell the player that he knows and trusts Perseus Mercius Blurcius, and he doesn't know Idris very well. Yeah, well, she's in town, man. Perseus Mercius Blurcius is over in Alderun. So, why don't you just walk over there and just meet good old Eydis? She's got red hair. You gotta love gingers, man. Fighters Guild quests. So the first thing that Ginger Nord will task you with, if you join the Balmora's Fighters Guild, is a quest to experiment a few cave rats in pillow-loving... Man, these names. All right, I don't think Morrowind ever expected you to read them out loud. So the names are just very hard to say, with vocal cords. You can read them okay. But when you try to say them out loud, it's really difficult. So what this slide is going to be pretty much all of her quests. But again, this isn't a walkthrough or playthrough. So it's just one sentence each. This is what quest she tells you to go do. All right. So she wants you to go kill some rats in Drarain's Philas's house. So this Drarain's house is full of pillows. If you want me to cover this person, I will, because I've always loved that just in every crate there's 50 pillows. And I think there's a mission actually involving a missing shipment of pillows. I'm just guessing. I think that is something. So if you want me to cover the pillow-loving Drarain Philas, let me know. Thalassus. No, it's just Thalas. All right. Just across the Odai River in Balmora, I said this time. Then you need to get rid of 2 poachers in the Sulk Egg Mine, and then some Telvanni agents in the Caldora Mine, and then boring stuff like finding a code book and some debt money. She is normally short and direct with her dialogue, and she is slightly rude. The quests ramp up when she asks you to murk an orc in town. If you do, this is a good house to take over if you want to live in Balmora. If you go kill that orc, for it's like kind of right towards the front of town over by the Silt Strider, and it's not a bad house. Just so you know. Then she wants you to kill some orcs in a Daedric mine of Ashurnatis, and for Duke, why did I say Duke twice? Verdim Dren, and to top off her quest, you take out a smuggler ring and a hunger. Fun, straightforward Fighters Guild junk. Yeah, she's like the first quest giver, like I've already said. So a lot of them are like, go here, kill this. Go here, kill them. Go here, get this. It's very straightforward and kind of thuggish, right? And I think that's what Perseus Merceus Clogursius kind of dislikes about, like, she's kind of answering orders for from Sidoring. And I think that's kind of what he dislikes, is how it's like, go here and beat these guys up. Go here and kill these guys. That they're a little more, less nuanced, right? Okay, so I'm going to take a little break from Fighters Guild. So we already covered all of her quests. So this is a Thieves Guild quest that she's a part of, the Bitter Cup. If you are a more of a thief than a fighter, you'll still get to hang out with Eydis. I love this Idris Elba. Love him. If you go your way through, make your way through the Thieves Guild until you're pulling jobs for Gentleman Jim Stacy. Gentleman Jim Stacy. Yes. You'll do the Bitter Cup job. In this quest, we do not only learn that Eydis works for the Kamara Tong. So that's like the Kamana Tong. It's like, kind of the Thieves Guild's, should I say rival, kind of. But they also worship the Daedric Prince, or she also worships the Daedric Prince, Clavicus Vile. He wants you to find a cool Daedric artifact for the prince called the Bitter Cup and bribe her with it to join the Thieves Guild cause against the Kamana Tong. If you drink it, it adds 20 points to your highest attribute and subtracts 20 from your lowest attribute. But if you fail the quest, but if you do it, you'll fail the quest. So you cannot drink the cup. Like, don't drink the cup if you want to pass this test. When you bring the cup to Eydis, she'll say, "So, you think you can bribe me to betray Sojourning Hardheart? Well, you might. You might be right. If you give me the Bitter Cup, I'll pledge support to the Thieves Guild." Wow, that was easy. She's like, "Hey, I'm a Fighters Guild member through and through, and I love my guild member, or guild leader. A cup, you say? I've always been Thieves Guild all the way, you know that." She's really easy. All right, there you go. And really easy to bribe, you know what I mean. All right. So where was I? When you go back to Jimmy, good old gentleman Jimmy, he'll say, "So Eydis took the Bitter Cup, good. She's likely but to betray us too." Yeah, if she's that easy this way. But only if she thinks we think she won't. Anyways, I found some good lockpicks the other day, and I thought you could use them here. Cool. Yeah, I found some junk. I think they're like really good lockpicks. Not much of a thief in the game. All right, let's get back to the Fighters Guild. So Perseus Merceus is a good dude. Now back to the Fighters Guild. Just because you're done with her quest, you're not done with her. Perseus Merceus Clogursius Herpsius is a Imperial Drill Master and a quest giver for the Aldrune Guild of Fighters. An all-around good guy. That's what people say. And former master of the Fighters Guild itself. And you may go to him for guidance with other Fighters Guild quests. Yeah, throughout all the Fighters Guild, you can pretty much go there and be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And he's like, "Oh, I think that's dumb," or "I think Eydis is lame for having you get that code book," or whatever he says. He says things like that. And you can really start to see early on, if you go to him during her quest, of how he kind of disapproves of how a lot of the guild masters are, or guild, like, quest assigners are giving out weird orders or orders that he doesn't really approve of. Yeah. Where am I at? Yep, okay, so guidance of the other Fighters Guild quests. His early quests deal with normal guild issues, while his later quests deal with cleansing the Fighters Guild, which has been overtaken by Kamana Tong. And he's not wrong. Afterwards, he settles down and lets you run the guild with honor. I'm sure you can guess what he has you do with Eydis. Yeah, because he doesn't like that Kamana Tong, such as Sajing over there, is working for them, or he's allied with them. And yeah, so he has you kind of clean house of a lot of the people who are loyal to the current guildmaster. So removing Sojourning's supporters. After you reach the rank of Guardian, Perseus Clegorsius will ask you to kill. Here we go. We gotta love orc names too, man. Lor Labormul. I actually tried to practice these before I filmed. Gor Elglash, whatever. Screw it. And Eydis Fire-Eye. But if you double dip in the Thieves Guild quest and you previously convinced her to turn against Sojourning's Hard Heart and the Kamana Tong, you won't need to ice her. So if you did the Thieves Guild, if you're doing Fighters Guild and Thieves Guild, and you already did the Bitter Cup quest, and she's already like, hey, I don't really like Sojourning or the Kamana Tong anymore, I'm all for you, dude. You don't need to kill her. You can go back to Perseus and tell him that. I'll get to what that means. All right. So you will not need to ice her. Yeah. Okay, cool. So and then Lorbu is a quest giver in Vivek. You might have seen this coming if you talked to Perseus about some of the seemingly pointless and brutal quests given out by Eydis and Lorbu. So you travel to the Fighters Guild where Eydis Fire-Eye will attack you immediately. Take her out and then travel to Vivek. Find Lorbu and he will then attack you and you ice him as well, right? Current guild leader Sojourning Hardheart is obviously your next target, and he's just like in the room. He's also in the back, and he won't get in the way or even notice. He'll just be like, if you walk up and talk to him, he'll be like, "Oh, nice day, huh?" I'm murdering your agents, dude. He goes, "Yep, just stand here." Guildmaster stuff. I'm also a Nord. My heart, super hard. Oh, really? So the aftermath. If you return to Perseus, he'll either say, now that Eydis, Fireheart, and Lobu, blah, are dead, you must go take battle to Sojourning Hardheart, pushing you to take out the Guildmaster. Or if she changed her stance, if you went and did the Bitter Cup mission, he'll say, Eydis Fire-Eye used to be one of Sojourning Hardheart supporters, but something has changed her mind. We don't have to worry about her anymore. So you don't need to kill her. Just go kill Lobu is what he says. So yeah, if you want to keep Eydis alive, and if you want to become the Fighters Guild Guildmaster and just kind of like keep her there, you don't like just go to Thieves Guild stuff. Get all the way up into Thieves Guild because those skills are the same, right? And if you get her to change her ways, you can keep her along. That's kind of cool. I've always liked Eydis. So now we're done here. I always liked Eydis, and since I played through Morrowind way back in the day, she's always been a fave. Way back, and I'm talking like 2004, like when I first played it. I didn't play it in 2002. I played it a couple years later. I played a blonde female Nord for a long time way back in the day. And I always pictured that they were friends because she was like also in the Fighters Guild, and I would just like kind of dress with her and just hang out with her. Like my character, I roleplayed that she was like, they would hang out. So I wanted to cover her first in my Elder Scrolls vids. Who do you want me to cover next? Also, it's funny. I don't know if I learned it back then and then forgot, but I kind of forgot that she was a Daedric worshiper. that she actually secretly worshiped Clavicula's Vial, and that's why she wants the Bitter Cup. I never played through all the way through the Thieves Guild back then. I don't know if I even knew that, and if I did, it went away. But redoing this video, because I was like, who do I want to cover? I really like Fire-Eye, so I'm going to cover Fire-Eye first, and I made that decision right away. But, yeah, and then when I, did research, I was like, she's a Daedric worshiper? That's really cool. I must have forgot, or I never knew. So, yeah. There you guys go. Welcome if this is your first time ever watching me. Sorry. I usually have a couple typos. This is more than normal. I gotta fix a couple in that main one I'm gonna play. Let me know if there's any characters you want me to cover. Specifically, I don't want them part of any main quest line, and I don't want to cover any gods. And as for Fallout, I don't want them part of any of the main quests. And I don't think I want to cover any companions for Fallout. I can cover companions for Skyrim because most of them are a little lesser known, right? Because there's like a whole myriad of them. But in Fallout, they all are pretty main characters. There's less of them and they have a lot more depth. I don't think I want to cover any companions or Daedric gods or people who are part of the main, really part of the main quest. But besides that, let me know. The smaller character, kind of the better. Honestly, if they are small but they still have something interesting, like how she's secretly a Daedric worshiper and how you might have to ice her out, which I found really cool, let me know and I'll cover them. There's thousands of Elder Scrolls and Fallout characters for me to cover. So thank you if this is your first time, and yeah.